Hi guys, and welcome back to the ant series. The Lasius Nigers are here, the black garden ants, and today what I'm going to be doing is updating you guys so you can see how these are doing, and also replying to some of the comments I got in the last video. I've just seen them, so I'm just going to move the camera one sec. Okay, you'll probably see them walking back and forth on this. So one thing I want to say is I'm sure 95% of the comments I get are just constructive criticism trying to help me, and I really do appreciate that. And some of them I'm going to be replying to, and not in a way like, if you see your comment come up, don't think that I am kind of, as they say, clapping back or anything. I just want to like reassure you what some of your doubts you might have had at the start of this. So let's start off with the first comment. So we got a few about making a test tube. So you should keep them in a test tube, 1/3 water, 2/3 space. You should wait till you get around 50 workers before. If you don't have enough workers, it'll be hard for them to dig in a nest and the workers might die. I get this a lot, but and I've gone back, I reverted back to the test tubes before, and I've done that, I've been there, and a lot of people I've spoken to who actually raise ants have said to me they need an outworld, they need to explore, and I definitely agree with that. I feel like in the wild they wouldn't be restricted to this sanitary, very specific test tube, and I don't really like things that way. If you see my gecko tanks, you know I like natural tanks, I like things to sort of just work together in a way. So I wasn't going to go back to the test tube, and I actually think I've done a good job for once in this ant I don't know what it is, this ant journey. I don't think I've done too bad. So the next comment is, they will probably nest underneath one of the pieces of bark. I see that the level of humidity is very high, and when a level of humidity is high, your escape prevention will be useless. That's maybe why they kept escaping in your old setup. Maybe add a couple springtails. So yeah, basically, with this one, as soon as I put them in this, before there was all the humidity and everything, it didn't work. Some people actually suggested also in the comments about using talcum powder, and that's what I used, talcum powder and alcohol. But it did not work to begin with, and it does not work now, but they haven't escaped. I think there was a sort of a gap in the top of the other one. I don't know. With this one, as you can see, like, it's just completely together. They can't get out, and that's similar to the gypsum nest, the arena on that. They can't get out, the harvester ants. So, although, yeah, they might be nesting under a piece of bark and everything, as I've said, I don't know if I said this before actually, but for me, I'd rather see them doing well rather than worry about trying to film them. I know that's essentially what I do here, is film them, but I'd rather them just thrive than me worry about how well I can get a video of them. The next one is way too moist. Don't you just hate that word, moist? You're gonna get mold and mites in no time. Well, they have been in here for over a month and I haven't got mold or mites. So I think I'm doing well. I think a good thing to prevent mold is to get springtails, and I put springtails in here, and you know, I guess if any mold were to crop up, they have wiped it out before it's even an issue. This next one made me laugh. This next comment said, keep in mind that some of the ants you see outside might just be feral ants. Now I understand, like, if they've sort of, say, got caught on a plant pot and you've moved the plant pot and they've come from an odd nest, but I'm not, like, I don't want to put it bluntly, but I'm not an idiot. Like, I'm looking at ants part of, like, a bigger nest, not just one walking along the pavement. Oh, I like this one from Michael. He said, I'm so disappointed. I was like, oh my god, what have I done? Because I found your channel over the weekend and just binge watched all of the ant videos and was disappointed when I realised I have to wait until next month for another one. That's the thing, throughout the month I get people saying to me, like, when's your next one? But just remember, it's always at the end of the month are all the ant videos. And, you know, it's like most of this isn't hate. Well, some of us, well, there are some Jennies out there. I'm going to clap back at you, Jenny. I'm clapping back. She said Ants Canada videos are way better. You don't understand ant keeping. Of course they're better. Those people, well, the guy literally dedicates his life to ants. I don't. I've literally only been doing this 2 years and I started completely clueless. So Jenny, yes, I don't know as much as Ants Canada, but you have to learn in life. You can't just be a genius at everything, like grammar. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, I just think it's so funny when people like literally watch a video and comment something like that. Like, whenever, ever have I said to you guys, listen to my advice? I literally say to you, if you're watching a series, you're watching someone learn completely from scratch, they don't know what they're doing. Is that ant on the outside? The ant's on the outside! See, these ants, they're really, really quick. Okay, get back in. Get back in, come on. Okay, I got the ant back in. So, in terms of like behaviour, that is definitely one of them. They are very good at escaping. They're very tiny and they're very quick. And as I said, I've tried the talcum powder and alcohol, I've tried PTFE, none of it works, and it could be down to humidity, maybe it just like wipes it off. So when I take the lid off, because I have to be quick, I have to do it maybe once or twice a week, just because there's no air holes and I'd rather there be some nice airflow in there. You have to really watch out they don't escape. They can literally climb all the way up to the top, along the roof of it and everything, so they are particularly active and also quite aggressive to their prey, which I think is good. So I tried to film this time lapse. I don't know how good it is because I just filmed it on my phone, but basically I literally just put in a fresh bit of dead cricket and you'll see that the springtails and the workers all go onto this cricket. Now the cricket is fairly big really for the ants and the size of the colony, but the good thing is none of this gets wasted. If the ants don't eat it, the springtails will. The springtails will break it down, and that's I think really why I haven't had any issues with mould, because of these springtails. As for the queen and everything, I'm not 100% sure where she is. I have a theory she's under a piece of bark like someone said, and that wouldn't worry me. I don't really think, oh goodness, you know, I won't be able to get a good shot, because as I've said, I'd rather see these do well than worry about a video. I know you guys would probably want to see the queen and the brood, but I think it's one of those things we have to wait it out a bit. Also, it doesn't help they are the same colour as the soil, but yes. Talking about the soil though, I'm actually surprised we've still got greenery in here. They're actually growing really well, and the ants use them to climb up everywhere, and also when I first set this up I put a little twig that lets them climb into the test tube thing, you know, that like the attachment, and I see them do that too, so that's pretty cool to see. Let's see if we can, yeah, you see they're like crawling along it and everything. And these were just odd seeds. I think they were maybe bird seeds, and the stuff still grows. And I think because of the lid and everything, and there's no air holes, when you put water in here, obviously when it's warm it will evaporate, but then it hits the roof and it comes back down again, so you have your own little like weather system, so that the nest you don't have to worry about drying out so much, and then you've got your springtails that clean up and your ants, and they sort of coexist. Of course the ants could probably eat the springtails, but that isn't bad because that will help keep the springtail numbers down, and it'll help with the ants, so it all sort of works together. But anyway, I feel like I've done good this time round. They are doing well, they are climbing on their grass. I feel like you can't see them right now. I've just seen them and I started filming and they've all disappeared. But they're doing well, I'm very happy with this decision, and I hope they continue to do well, and maybe in the future we'll be able to see the queen again. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and goodbye.